Hang over ground, go 44, taxi with X-ray, fall 6.
Go 44, hang over ground, runway 15 right, taxi via golf, clear to land off to fall 6, squawk 4620.
Go 44, 15 right, 4620. Alright, squawk is in, we are squawking. Checklist complete. Parking brakes released, lights are on, nose wheel steering is on. Clear, clearance. Crew chief. Coming forward. High brakes check, check yours.
High brakes check.
Clear on the left, clear on the right for a right turn. Good right turn.
Good turn.
Alright, our news to you.
Alright, we've got good rain. Navigators are set up for the fall 6 departure. Emergency status briefed. Weather, we've got the undershooting winds we talked about. And looks like high key might not be available, but we'll certainly still have low key. Fall 6.
Roger, no questions.
Code 99 runway 15 right, taxi via golf, clear to land off to fall 6, squawk 4526.
15 right, 4526, code 99.
Bagels 0, get down.
Alright, parking brake is set.
110 at 9 for touch and go. Bagels 0.
Engine stable, clear forward and aft, guard the brakes.
Clear guarding.
Right, 98 MD, 25, 26 torque. Nothing above 102. Engine stable, PMU is back to normal. MP 4650, N160 to 61, good. Flaps. Or sorry, before takeoff checklist to you, you have the aircraft.
Have aircraft. Alright, before takeoff, spin power at 60, 33, so it'll be 100. Speed brake, flaps, trim. Takeoff, fuel, engine, amps. All look good.
Bagels 0 on request.
Fog still off?
Defog off.
Alright, my pin is moved to stowed.
Okay, my pins are in stowed.
ISS is moved.
Roger.
Hang over, go 44, holding short.
44, hang retiring 15 right, 10010, clear for takeoff, traffic T6, miss it down.
Clear for takeoff, go 44.
I think you got the parking brake.
It is
Clear
released.
for takeoff.
Bagels 0 on, close zone.
Alright, T. So we've got TAS. TAS pass some probes, please. You got thanks. Final clear, panel clear.
Panel's clear.
Okay, we're good. 99, hold short.
Lights already squawking. Well, last look at nose wheel steering. Clear for takeoff. Expecting winds from the left, so probably a little left wing down. Right rudder on takeoff. Clear for takeoff. Nose wheel steering.
Back to 01, approach 1, break up.
Hot side of the runway right now. Alright, max, so I'll cross check my fuel flow. 700. Interesting. 60 got 100% torque. Looking out at the end of the runway. 85, I'm going to put spinner on the horizon. Confirm climbing. Good engine. You're clear.
Clear.
Hold the spinner right there on the horizon. Gear up, flaps up, lights at 130.
Gear flaps, check up, lights at 135.
Okay, I'll make sure I don't pass 1,300 feet until I'm at departure into the runway. Since I can't see under me, I can look just to the left at the east side runway. Here's departure on 1,300 feet. Turning 170, climbing to 3,000.
Go 44 departing. San Antonio, go 44, 1.6, climb 3,000, request ran 11 high.
Go 44, San Antonio departure, identify, maintain 13,000.
2, climb 13,000, go 44.
Climbing 13,000.
Go 44, letter contact 2 miles south of Randolph area assignment, 11 high.
11 high, go 44.
Trying to smooth out my inputs as we're going to the weather here. Transition to instruments the same rate I lose my visual references. So additionally, I'm setting my climb airspeed. I'll set the exhaust stack on the horizon. In this case, we're going a little bit faster than 160, so I can pitch up some more. And I can cross-check inside that I've got about 12 degrees nose high. Trim off the pressures.
Number 74 kilo, contact off and approach 119.0.
So now I can look at my in-flight guide. Falls is right on the north side of Area 8. Our clearance is for 11 high. That's actually behind Area 8, so I'll just continue straight ahead on the 157. Of course, once it gets to Falls, I can turn to my MOA, but in this case, it'll be straight ahead. Up to 13,000, then we can start to review the plate. High MOA is 14 to 22,000 feet. Start to look outside a little bit more here. So as you approach 7,000, it's the bottom of the low MOA. We're going to high MOA, but we can start to get a feel too for other training requirements. So if we're going to spin, we want to make sure we're 7,000 feet above the clouds. Today, I don't think we'll have that.
Goat 11, cleared auger low Stinson, and how's the approach going to terminate?
And we'll be climbing out VFR for turnstile.
Goat 11, roger on your climb out, cleared alternate, channel 12.
Alternate channel 12, go.
So we're maintaining this 157 course outbound. 157, so you can see that we're getting displaced a little bit to the east. Cross-check my GPS. In fact, yeah, I'm tracking less than 157, so I'm going to have to
You're just going to maintain 3,000, cleared alternate 15 left.
adjust my heading a little bit more into the CDI. Now I'm tracking 160, we should see it center up real soon here. As it centers up, I'll bring my nose back over. Keep my track about the same as that course we're trying to maintain. Alright, passing 10, we'll do
Goat 11, cleared
climb check.
Stinson DOR, just going to maintain 5,000.
Good pressure.
VFR down 5,000, go.
Delta B. We got under OBOG's good.
OBOG's good.
G-fog off, input.
Defog off input.
Fantastic. So tracking 159, should be getting that 157 real soon here. – 11,000 feet, still clouds above us, so we're certainly not going to have the clouds we need to spin. It's nice to figure that kind of stuff out now before we get in the MOA, so if we needed to change our plan, we certainly could. CDI is just about centered up, so I'll bring the nose over some more here. It's like this heading 171 is pretty good for us to maintain 157 at this altitude. Alright, 400 feet till I level off. Looking at my VVI, 2000, so 200 feet power, I'll release. Backstick pressure. Level off there at 13K. Keep the power at max until I hit 200 knots. Once I hit 200 knots, I'll bring the power back to 50 plus my altitude. So I'm at 13,000, so 50 plus 13 is going to be 63%. Aviate, navigate, communicate. Alright, so there's 200, so I'll bring that power back. About 63, it's going to be some left rudder trim.
Go 11, contact boat, channel 12.
Alright, so we met our climb restriction by 24, we're at 13. Get an ops check. Fuel. Bug's good.
Oh, bug's good.
10-01, contact check.
Now when we use things like 50 plus the altitude, that's just an initial start. I want to set something like 63. It's my control, my performance instrument then. Use something like, in this case, my airspeed. Cross-check my airspeed. I'm going a little bit fast, so I could bring the power back. Well, I will, to maintain 200 knots. So control, I'm going to set my pitch, set my power, and I'll cross-check the other metrics. Airspeed. Alright, so now we can go to our map mode. And gee golly, we don't have a MOA yet, so we'll switch back over. Just reload our map. Flight plan 1. Enter. I'll hit nav map. There we go. See, Falls 6 is there. Falls is right in front of us. Area 8 is also right in front of us. Stay here at 13 until we get all the way within the horizontal confines of Area 11 high. I won't do an official fence until I'm in the lateral and vertical confines of the MOA. I'll still look at the things, make sure we got the fuel we expected. Engine navaids. Navaids are setting right now. Comms are still going to stay on channel 5 until we're in the MOA. Start thinking about our emergency airfields a little bit. So on the way out,
Antonio, roughly 1.
from Randolph makes sense.
Far to 287.
But out here, I think Pleasanton would be our best option. So we can hit map 2 more times, and now I can
Calling
see
approach chance.
Pleasanton here on the map.
2,600 for 3,000 feet far to 287.
And that's rough 81.
8 firm, rough 81.
Rough 81, roger, ident, squawk 7412.
7412 with the flash, rough 81.
Now we're on our way to Area 11. I'm getting pushed a little bit to the east. What I'm doing is just getting set up for the next thing. So when we go to the MOA, the first thing we want to do is a GX. In this case, I'm going to make a right turn for my GX. I'm okay. A little bit here to the east. Cross-check my position again
Rough 81, rhythm.
on 4 flight.
5 south of Randolph, and not picking up your, correction, I'm having some just data block malfunction. Say your intentions for me.
All right. Alright, so we passed the falls.
Rough 8-1, we're at 2,500.
Actually not speed restricted anymore, so I'm going to speed up.
Rough 8-1, roger, maintain the VFR, resume on navigation. Traffic 1 o'clock, 5 miles. Northeast down altitude indicates 1,500, type unknown. Rough 8-1, search.
Right above us, we got TAS to clear above us. Again, look at those clouds, so certainly cannot spin. Just looking at the GPS, I can look at my DME. We're at 30, almost 34 DME. 36 will be within the lateral confines, so we can climb. And again, we're going 14 to 22. I'll just want to go to 16.
Rough 8-1, traffic aside, can't fly far. Fly far. Rough 8-1, roger, radar service terminates. Squawk VFR, for exchange approved. Rough 8-1.
Alright, there's 36 DME. Same kind of spinner on the horizon kind of attitude we did at takeoff. Climb to 16K. There's 14 or within the lateral and vertical confines of the MOA now. Complete our fence in. My GC checks.
My GC checks.
Channel 7.
San Antonio, go 4-4, established 11 high.
Go for 4.
Actually, I don't see any reason to go high. Do you want to just do your thing here?
Yeah, that works.
You have it when you're ready.
Okay, I have the aircraft.
The aircraft.
Sweet. Cool. Nice job, man. Way to set the tone.
Well, I figure if they want to have the departure footage, we'll give them something.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I think you're right on the spin. I mean, getting up top will put you close to these clouds.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
happy
just
to
no
see
reason.
it. Cool. Alrighty. So we'll start the recovery portion. Another clap for the camera in case you need it. Sorry, 15,600. We're complete in the MOA. We're going to prepare for the auger high spur recovery to 15 right. First thing I'm going to do is think about ADF, ATIS Descent Fence. So sweep to the ATIS with the nav knob.
Hangover Tower, information Yankee, weather at 2156 Zulu, wind 100 at 12, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 24, viewpoint 18, altimeter 29er 69er. Expect ILS approach, runway 15 right. Pattern status, unrestricted. Birdwatch condition, low. Simultaneous, independent, approaches in use, report, the runway in sight. Auto, terminate, in use, for wing assigned aircraft. Icing, observed within 100 nautical miles. Advise on initial contact, you have information...
Thank you. I want to turn the soft frequency down.
The weather is
Excellent. So I'm thinking 88 navigate, communicate. As I sweep the ATIS, I'm saying with a good 1,000-foot buffer between the bottom of the MOA and where I'm currently at, I can set about 20 to 30%. That'll be roughly 140 to 150 knots. And that gives me a nice stable airplane to just think about getting my ducks in a row for the recovery. Once I've got the ATIS, I'm going to start my descent checklist. So I've got 2 9ers, 6 9ers set twice. Good headings and attitudes. And the rear cockpit will respond when they've got their set.
Heading out systems check.
Excellent. Perfect. I'm setting the TAS to below. And then I'm going to pull up the auger spur recovery. We'll do auger high spur from area 11 today. So it'll take us a while to drive towards auger and talk about our descent profile, etc. Next thing I need to do on my ADF is my fence out. So right now I've got 900 pounds balanced. Engines green and white. Nav aids. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the right inner KLN 900 knob. scroll over to the auger point and just kind of let that sit there and wait, so when I'm ready to press the direct 2, that's waiting on me. I'm switching over to channel 7, and emergency fields. We briefed our Pleasanton emergency field on the way in. We can still use that as we're on profile, and then when we move closer towards Randolph, we'll update to use Randolph Air Force Base. Once we're ready for the recovery, I'll make sure that I'm maintaining 14,000 as my lower threshold until we're cleared out of the area. Turn up uniform. I've switched over to channel 5, and we're ready to formally request the recovery. San Antonio, Goat 44, request auger high spur with Yankee.
Goat 44, cleared auger high spur.
Goat 44, cleared auger high spur.
Goat 44, proceed direct to auger now.
Goat 44 is proceeding direct to auger at this time. All right,
San Antonio, Miller 1, cancel IFR.
Press direct.
Miller
enter
1, IFR cancellation received, maintain.
on the GPS. We're descending to 13,000 feet, and the controller has instructed us to proceed direct to auger at this time.
The quarry altitude indicate, caution 3 southeast of Zulu, altitude indicates 3,600.
Miller 1.
I'm within 500 feet of my level off, so I'm targeting 200 knots, and I'm just going to feed the power in to roughly 63%. Leveling off at 13,000, retrimming the aircraft, and you can see the magenta needle is pointed towards auger. We know that our auger point is the 131 radial at 24 DME. So after I finish trimming the airplane at 13,000 feet and my power is set, I'm going to let the airspeed catch up to roughly 200 while I navigate using the HSI. I'll spin in the 131 radial. And in the lower left portion of the HSI, I have 35 DME, and we're going towards 24 DME. Excellent. Now that the speed is roughly caught up to about 200 knots, I'm going to take 63% and fine-tune it to where I'm right at 200 knots. Update my course. We can use a fix-to-fix.
San Antonio departure, Brewer 296.
We can use the magenta needle for situational awareness. I can't necessarily fly a wind-corrected course with the magenta needle because I'm homing, but I can hit nav
1300
now.
contact, 2 miles southeast of Randolph. Expedite your climb through.
And with the map mode on HSI, I can see auger directly ahead. And using the blue CDI, I can see that we're slightly right of course.
Recovery with a number.
So let's talk about a quick course correction.
Miller 1, turn right, heading at 3.
In the lower left portion of the KLN 900, we have 2 numbers, DTK and TK. DTK is our desired track. That's reading 007.
9, turn.
And my track is reading 356, so I'm adjusting to the left.
You can rejoin the east departure.
To intercept the course. Once the
Miller 1, resume on
CDI
navigation.
is centered,
Miller 1, oh nav.
Brewer 2.
I'm going to make a right-hand turn to where those 2 numbers match up.
Muddy 2-1, up.
Once the numbers match up, I'm simply going to snap the heading bug.
Muddy 2-1, approach rudder.
And we'll be requesting a 10 miles straight in.
And roll out on this heading.
329 Mike Alpha, approach rudder. Brewer 2-9, turn right.
And now I'm making small corrections with the white triangle on the HSI within the confines of the heading bug in order to keep the CDI centered. We're currently 5
Miller
miles from
1.
auger.
Service terminated, contact tower.
Miller 1, push 5.
Brewer 2-9, contact Houston Center, channel 7.
Brewer 29, channel 7.
And now I'm thinking about my descent
San
profile.
Antonio approach, go 4-3, request auger low.
So our normal descent profiles for a 2-to-1, we can set 20% torque and 5 degrees nose low.
Information.
For a 1-to-1 descent, so a mile per 1,000 feet, we can set 10 degrees nose low and 10% torque. Again, those are just starting points, so I want to update after I
San Antonio,
pitch and power setting.
1,900 feet or 3,000 feet request, run area 7 low.
Alrighty.
Eagle 01.
Let's start with our 20 and 5
537.
known pitch and power setting. So torque down to 20%. Roughly 5 degrees nose low. The town of Stockdale is just beneath us. That's our auger point.
San Antonio, Brew 7.
And now we're starting down to spur.
Let Kelly request.
I need to be at spur at 2,300 feet, so let's do a little bit of pilot math. I'm currently passing 12,000.
6, low approach, climb.
So if I needed to get down to 2,000, which is slightly lower than what I need at spur,
Brew 7.
I've got about 10,000 feet to lose.
Approach to where?
So as long as the GPS matches the distance with that number on my altimeter,
1, 2.
then I should be good to go. But as you can see, with 20 and 5 set, I'm maintaining 200 knots,
Eagle 01, radar contact 6 south of.
but I'm getting behind profile
13,000.
with respect to my descent.
Brew 73, flyer present heading, descend and maintain 5,000.
Present heading 5,000, Brew 73.
Muddy 21, maintain VFR at below
We can use the DTK and TK to get a new course correction.
2,500 for Muddy 21.
2,500 from 22-1.
Eagle 01.
I'm currently showing 9 DME and 9,600 feet.
7.
So I'm going to select a 1-to-1
Zero one.
profile,
7.
and we'll use roughly 10% torque, 10 degrees nose low.
Over 27.
But you'll notice that the airspeed is increasing, so to remain within course training standards for airspeed, I'll have to select idle,
Obvious traffic, half mile north.
and we're still behind profile with respect to getting down to that 2,300 foot restriction. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the speed brakes out,
QA traffic 1,
retrim the airplane,
500.
update my course.
Brew 73.
Directly beneath the airplane, you can see the town of Lavernia, or the thermometer.
We're going to be requesting a 10 mile.
I'm passing through 6,000 feet, and my GPS distance is showing about 5.5 miles. So we're getting back on profile to meet this altitude restriction with this current descent profile.
505.
Maintain 2,500, and we got the traffic on TCAS. Will be questioning a VMC drag.
Muddy 21, contact tower and advise them.
Muddy 2-1, push 3.
Okay, there's 4,004 miles to go.
27 San
So
Antonio,
I'm going to go ahead and pop in the speed brake,
transat,
raise the nose to roughly 10 degrees nose low.
27's looking for vectors of attack on 16.
I'm within 1,000 feet of leveling off, so now I'm going to start feeding the power,
Oxford Fiesta channel 12, fly heading 240.
targeting roughly 53% as we level off at 2,300 feet.
Out of 745, over 27.
Number 22, Mike Alpha, traffic no factor, radar service terminated.
Over on the right-hand side of the aircraft, about 1 to 2 o'clock low, we have the smiley face.
Code 44, contact targeting.
Beneath 2,500, I'm going to...
Go 4, switch to tower.
Beneath 2,500, I'm going to switch to tower. Channel 2 is in.
Crosswind close traffic, free fall, T6 in the brake miss hill.
Go 37, traffic in sight.
Good at 8, 3 double stop.
Code 88, runway 15 right, 1003, clear to land.
Thanks, 29 initial.
Thanks, 29 right.
Go 37, close down one.
Hangover tower, go at 44 spur.
444, hangar tower.
Alright,
Approaching truck stop, so you get in the call sign.
we're down to 1,800 feet by our 6-mile restriction. So I'm setting a known pitch and power setting, roughly 5 degrees nose low, 20% torque.
Go on 1, truck stop.
And then with at about 200 feet, I'll cut that descent profile
Call
in
truck
half,
slip, say your call sign again, please.
Go 1-1.
Go one.
reset my power to roughly 53%,
Yep.
and trim the aircraft.
Number 15 right, 1 com, clear touch and go. Good, 89. Code 89, correction, clear low approach.
Thinking about our guts
Good,
check,
89.
my GPS is set, uniform is on channel
Go
2.
37, go down.
Now I've set 0400 in the squawk.
Push low approach.
Go 37.
going to scroll my TAS range down to 3 miles.
Go 1-1, VFR entry.
Thanks, 2-3, taxi up to and hold short.
I can pull
Thanks
up
to
my,
302, hold short.
I can pull up my pattern pages in my in-flight guide for SA. And I've set the TAS to level.
Sure, final, clear, touch and go.
Go 37. Thanks, 29, go down.
Thanks, 29, level 15 right wind, 1003, clear, touch and go.
Thanks, 29.
We're starting to see I-10 southbound off to the right-hand side of the airplane where it meets
89 on Naval
1604. I'm following that road towards truck stop, which is right off the nose. From truck stop, I'm looking for my 2 large lakes and the solar farm that will lead my eyes towards VFR entry. I can also follow the long set of power lines that are moving to the north. Starting to think about clearing for traffic. We'll make our radio call. Go at 44 truck stop. Making our right-hand turn to fly in between these 2 lakes, looking for the VFR entry point.
Thanks, 2-3, runway 15 right, 1004, clear, takeoff.
0 takeoff, thanks, 2-3.
Now that I've located my Whataburger VFR entry point, I'm clearing the pattern from crosswind
Hang over tower, go 2-4,
to outside downwind.
Hangover, tower. 457, do you call hangover?
Yeah, like 20 minutes ago, I'm ready.
357, right, hold short.
Still on the short, go 7.
Go 44 VFR entry. Request straight in.
44, report 5 miles.
Okay, we're clear on the right, but we have a conflict.
Thanks, 29, request
We'll execute a breakout.
Thanks, 29, on Naval.
We'll break out of the pattern away from the conflict. We're only going up 500 feet. So
35, 2 and hold short.
Up to hold short, go 7.
I'm looking off my left-hand shoulder to find our VFR entry point again.
Go 1-1, bring 1 straight through.
Traffic.
Thinking about aviate, navigate, communicate. So 2,300 feet. We'll pull the power back to roughly 50.
Thanks, 2-3, departing.
Traffic.
Navigate. I've got my 2 large lakes off the low right side of the aircraft, and that solar farm that we just transited from truck stop. I don't want to descend before
Initial.
we cross the truck stop to VFR entry ground track. So I'm going to make a level turn.
Patterns are unrestricted, no high key.
Looking over my shoulder for the
15, 115 right, 1004.
VFR entry point.
Take off, go 7. Over tower, go 3-1.
And looking behind me once again to clear VFR entry to truck stop.
Go 3-1, hang over tower.
Go 37 initial.
127.
Can use 20 and 5 in the descent.
Alpha current on the hangar radius altimeter 2971.
Good 44 VFR entry, request straight in.
144, 45 miles.
Traffic.
2971, set twice.
Set once or
Go
twice.
24, taxi up to and hold short.
Up to and hold short, go 2-4.
No conflicts on outside downwind this time. We'll adjust our altitude
Traffic.
and then find our
Traffic.
outside downwind ground references. So I can
Thanks,
use
29 initial from Loki.
Thanks, 29, Port Loki.
the converse water tower.
39, geared out. 39,
I want to be slightly right of that.
go, we're touching now.
Go 39. Go 3-1, truck stop. Go 7 departing. Go 1-1. Initial 600.
Telegram on guard.
Approaching I-35, we're going to reduce our torque to 20%.
Go 37, gear down, no problem.
Go 37, 1115 right, 100.
Start a descent to our 5-mile point. Roughly 5 degrees nose low. We'll level off to 1,500 feet for the first portion. Whoops. Leave our power back so we can slow down. As I make my turn towards the 5-mile point, just using this large open construction area as my ground reference.
Thanks, 29er, low key, gear down.
Thanks, 29, 1115 right, 100, clear touch and go.
Thanks, 29er.
Crossing back over 1604. There's a large field off the nose with a big tree in it. Once I cross the highway, go 44, 5 miles.
444, straight and approved.
Oh, we have approval for the straight in, so I'll leave my power where it's at. Start a gentle descent towards 1,300 feet. I'm clearing it outside as the nose passes through Retama Park. And then I'm using the runway as my primary reference. I want to orient the airplane to roll out an extended center line. I might need another power reduction here to get the airspeed back to where I can configure by my 3-mile point.
Traffic.
141.
Gear down, full stop.
Go 11, 1115 right, 100.
Gear, flaps, power, trim. Panel checks down, 3 green flaps take off.
And on 3 green flaps take off.
Alright, we're staying at 1,300 feet until the spinner touches our aim point. I'm putting in my crosswind controls to line up on the hot side of the runway. Approaching our 2-mile point just off the right-hand side. Go 44, 2 miles, gear down.
444, 1115 right, 100, clear touch and go.
Go 44.
Thank you. Go 44, correction, cleared low approach.
Go 44, low approach. Okay, wind 080 at 5.
Go 31, short initial for low key.
So I'm putting wing low left, rudder right.
Go 31.
Slightly low, so we'll add some power, raise the nose. Targeting that 1,300 feet.
You're in a low approach, right?
Paper. I will set high single digits. Place the aim point in the lower half of our windscreen. Keeping the crosswind controls in.
Go 31, high down 1.
And we'll execute our go around. Raise the nose to spinner on the horizon. Climbing. Good engine, gear clear.
Climbing, good engine, clear.
24, 115 right, 1005, clear for takeoff for wing traffic, approaching low key.
Clear for takeoff, go 24.
Gear flaps up, lights out 135.
Gear pops up, lights out 135.
Go 31, low key, gear down.
431, 1115 right, 1005, clear touch and go. 26 on the runway for departure.
Go 31.
Alright, you ready to fly?
Ready to go.
You have the aircraft.
Aircraft.
39, initial request, break to low key. 39 for low key.
Okay, so we have a conflict, so we'll fly all the way around the pattern. 1,300 feet to a mile. It's about even with this cul-de-sac here. So I'm going to keep the power at max. Turn right, pull, find the road to nowhere, and that'll point me to Tower America. Can't see it right now. Let's use my imagination. Clear my right shoulder, above me. Climb up to 1,800 feet. Bring the power back to about 52%. Turn again over my right. Just past the football stadium. Visualize outside downwind. Roll, pause. Power pull. As I pass through, about halfway through that turn, I can see Walmart. Just above where we see Walmart, we should see traffic appear for entry.
Go too far, departing.
Well, we are the priority. Want to make sure we don't hit them.
Thanks, 29, initial departing.
Clear.
Initial ready.
Good spacing on outside downwind. Bog's good.
5, clear touch and go.
Oh, bug's good.
At 800 pounds or well above our fine choker. So the pattern is not that full yet, so we might grab one more straight in.
Okay.
Go 4-4, request straight in.
Go 444, 5 miles.
Alright, so I don't have to respond to that call. There's a hospital, and an ugly tan-looking building off our 11 o'clock, so we'll offset that.
Go 27.
Make sure we don't fly over it. Check my altitude. I'm a little bit high, so bring the nose down just a touch. Decent amount of wind right now, so what I want to do is set a pitch that corrects for that wind. Alright, so as I bring the power back to about 20%, the nose is going to fall down to about 5 degrees nose low. Let that happen. I need to be at 1,500 feet at 5 miles. Once I get there, I'm just going to leave the power alone. I want to let the airspeed dissipate. So right now we've got this big construction zone that corresponds to 5 miles. Turning right. Then there's a big field just about our 2 o'clock right now with a tree.
070.
Call that the broccoli tree. I can point at that.
Thanks, you know.
1,500, power's back.
Go 4-4, 5 miles.
Go 44, straight in first.
All right, we're clear for the straight in, so we're just going to fly toward that broccoli tree field for a moment. Runway is our primary reference. Trim, trim, trim. Lining up to be at the runway, but I can use Otama Park and then this tuning fork road just this side of Costco while I'm letting the nose come down just a touch, get to 1,300 feet. This whole time I want to keep the power back. So ideally get to 1,300 feet.
Rough 81, 5 miles south of truck stop.
At an airspeed that will allow me to get bigger.
Okay,
This whole
100,
time,
Roger.
just trim, trim, trim. So line up with the runway, flying over that tuning fork road right now.
Traffic.
Airspeed's a little bit stubborn, so I'm going to have to crack the power back just a touch. Got an eager aircraft today.
Traffic.
Looking for 2 miles. That's that standpipe about our 2 o'clock, that blue pipe. 140, gear clear.
Clear.
We'll call 2 miles of the gear there. Handle down, 3 green flaps, take off.
And I'll check 7, 3 green flaps, take off.
Airspeed for a straight in is going to be 105. Or on speed AOA.
Go 4-4, 2 miles, get out.
Go 44, and 115 right, 1006, clear, touch and go.
Go 4-4, touch and go.
Alright. So I'm going to be trying to touch down in the first 500 feet of the runway.
Go through and port
So
location.
as that aim point goes below my nose, or as it's about to go below my nose, I'm going to let the nose come down just a touch. Say it's right about there.
Okay, 1, truck stop.
So 105 is going to be my airspeed, or on speed AOA, whichever is higher. I think we're going to get to 105, and we are clear for a touch and go. There's on speed AOA, about 106. Happy is going to show me slightly low, and that's because I am touching down slightly earlier than the instrument approach would have me do it. So I'm going to try to touch down between the piano keys and the 500 foot marker. Gears confirmed down, we're clear for a touch and go. All right. As I make it to the threshold, I'm going to crack the power back just a little bit more. Keep my aim point in the same spot, so I want my airspeed to decay past about 95 as I cross the threshold. All the way back to idle. I'm going to look at the end of the runway, hold the nose off.
39 initial. Go ahead, now, Roger.
3-1, you look.
Put on the horizon, climbing good entry gear
Go
clear.
31, 115 right, 10706, clear, touch and go.
3-1.
This time we had a high flare, didn't we? Gear flaps blast at 130.
Check.
Bagel 01, super. Bagel 01, hand tower, Roger.
Go 4-4, request closed.
Go 44, close, traffic approved.
All right, 140 is minimum. We're clear. We're going to go for
That was good.
close.
37 initial.
Go 37, Roger.
As I pass about 1,500 feet, I'm going to bring the power back some. About to lighten the handle. Keep pulling the nose around.
Go 37, follow 36, departure on down.
I don't know how I got it.
Traffic.
We have to keep 140 knots until we're beamed the break point.
Go 4-4, close down.
Spacing-wise, on a normal pattern, we'd be the blue and white paint on the runway. In this case, we've got undershooting winds. So it'd be a little bit tighter. I'm going to bring the power back to about 20% now.
39, gear down.
Trim, trim,
Go
trim.
91, 115 right, 10706, clear, touch and go. Go
Trim, trim, trim.
Go 3-1, request closed.
All right, 140, gear clear.
Go 31, close traffic approach.
Traffic.
And down 3 grand flaps to take off.
Checks down
30%, 8 points off my right shoulder.
79, report low key, follow T6 departure and downwind.
Good spacing behind the traffic in front of us.
Rough 8-1, sorry.
Roger, rough 8-1.
Go 44, gear down.
Go 44, 115 right, 10707, clear touch and go.
Go 44.
Alright, we're clear for touch and go. 115 is my min speed. Got the low teens set. 2/3 ground, 1/3 sky. Should be about 1350 as I pass halfway through this turn. And sure enough, we're still undershooting just a little bit. So for our next pattern, we'll correct to make it slightly tighter.
Go 37, break now. We're looking.
Runway is clear. We're clear for the touch and go.
Last call, tower second.
Let's go
This time I'm going to try to drive it in a little bit
Go
more.
37, much like yours, that done.
Alright, so I'm a little bit fast. I'll bring the power back.
Go 31, gear down, no flap.
105.
31,
Just a little bit
115
more.
right, 107, clear touch go.
105.
Go 31.
Back to 01, truck stop.
Right rudder as I rotate. Spin on the horizon, climbing. Good engine, gear clear.
Clear.
Wow. Yep, flaps, flights at 125.
Checks.
Rough 8-1, low key gear down, full stop.
Roger 1, 115 right, 10807, clear left.
You want to take one?
Rough 8-1.
Sure.
Give their cop.
No, there you're good. I didn't catch whether
thanks.
we could get closed.
I think we can.
Code 44, request closed.
Go 44, close traffic approach.
Alright, power back to mid-range. Starting at 45 to 60 degree bank turn, climbing up to 1,000.
Back to 01, VFR entry.
At about 1,600 feet, we'll make another power reduction. We're around 20 to 30%. Trim as we level off. Finding our 1604 reference as we initially get our spacing set. Looking off the right wing. Taking speed, spacing, speed. Code 44, close downwind. Trim the airplane for 1,800. Reduce the power to red light in the handle. Making sure I'm 140 knots by midfield.
Traffic.
140 gear clear.
Clear.
Go to wrong, crash close.
Flaps,
Go through.
power. 30 to 32%. Trim. Handle checks down, 3 game flaps take off.
And now 3 and flaps take off.
Waiting for my perch point, approximately 45 degrees off my right shoulder. Right about there. Power. Pitch.
Go 37, gear departure.
Call. Code 44, gear down.
Go 44, 115 right, 10805, clear touch go.
Code 44. Alright, 115 minimum in the final turn. Setting 2/3 ground, 1/3 sky. Torque's roughly 14%. Starting to pick up the piano keys. As we roll out on extended center line, I'll reduce the power to high single digits. Keep my aim point in the lower portion of the windscreen.
Go to 9 initial. Go to.
Put in my rudder aileron and power to catch our final approach speed of 105.
Go 31, gear down, no flap. Go 31, normal.
Crack the power,
Clear touch go.
shift the aim point, select idle,
Back to 01.
hold the nose off.
01, roger.
Climbing, good engine, gear clear.
Clear.
Gear flaps up, lights out 120.
Gear flaps, flights at 125.
Spinner on the horizon, trim the airplane, maintaining runway center line, and leveling off at 1,300 feet. Cool. What else you want to do?
I think we might be able to get it.
Good, 44, request closed.
Code 44, close traffic approved, all T6 on the brake.
Good, 44.
Code 37.
Cool, you want to rehack some more of your landings?
Yeah, if I can just one more, that'd be great.
You have the aircraft.
I have the craft.
Great, 91115 right, 10904, clear touch go.
Should go to low key.
Here we go, 44 request low key.
Code 44 approved.
Traffic, traffic.
Good, 44 high downwind.
Alright, I'm not going to struct here. Put fuel filler cap out.
Go 46 is 5 miles south of truck stop.
Code 46, hang up tower.
Traffic.
Code 37.
Alright, we're following guy over the threshold, and I think there's another dude.
Echo
Just
01,
don't
clear
see
down
it.
full stop.
Eagle 01, 915 right, 10904.
139, you clear?
Clear.
Echo 01.
See the guy we're following? Oh, yeah. He's not going to help us.
Thanks 29.
Now 3 flaps take off.
ILS
So normally I'd go here, but I'm not to wait.
Tower.
Yeah.
Thanks 29, hang up tower.
Go bird high, not a factor. 120 is my min, so set 4 to 6.
Handle down, 13 plus, take off.
Thank you.
Good, 44 low key, go down.
Code 44, 915 right, 10804, clear touch go.
Good, 44 touch and go.
Yeah, so if I can grab this, then you can take it for a full stop.
Yep.
I think on the straight in you just said the opposite thing. You were high and went higher. So maybe want to do a full stop to straight into a full stop.
Okay.
39, crossing request.
Then on 3 and punch.
39, course traffic approved.
I tried to demo a good one, but I did a high flare, landed late.
You said high and went higher. What do you mean?
When
Short final, clear low approach.
Good, 44 low approach.
and
39, close down one.
all right, climbing. Good engine gear, clip.
Click.
We'll offset.
Go 46, truck stop.
Yep, flaps lights out 130.
Checks.
Traffic, traffic.
I think we can still. I'm gonna try 140.
Good, 44 request close.
Code 44, course traffic approved.
Nice. So I guess I didn't see outside,
Works gear down.
but I was seeing 2 and 2,
915 right, 10804.
and then after you made a correction, we were all white.
Exactly, touch and go runway inside.
Yeah, the fact that we didn't get the touch and go kind of screwed up.
915 right, 10803.
They wanted to a touch and go.
Go 46, VFR entry.
Oh, they wanted to.
Or a full stop.
Okay.
Go 3100.
Got the guy we're following in sight. Power I need to bring back a little bit earlier.
Traffic,
Trim.
traffic, traffic.
Guy won't be a factor. It's not bad. All right, 140. You're clear?
Click.
Set 33.
Good
Traffic.
37, mission for low key.
And after your flaps take off.
Handle checks down, 13 flaps, take off.
Good, 44 gear down.
44, runway 15 right, 10804, clear touch go.
Good, 44 touch and go.
Thanks 29, 5 miles and request full stop.
Thanks 29, runway 15 right, 10804, clear land.
Thanks 29, clear to land.
Go 31, high downwind 612.
We might not want to do a straight in. Do you want to just do this to a full stop?
Yeah.
Carry, good, 44 want to make it a full stop.
44, Roger, clear land.
Good, 44.
Go 37, brake flash.
And on 3 and flaps take off. We'll just land as flaps take off. Hot side.
Go 31, low key, gear down, full stop. Go 31, runway 15 right, 10804, clear land. Go 31.
Power back. I know they want you to do the after land checklist.
Yeah. Okay, run's still running for that.
Go 46, initial.
Alright.
Go 46, Roger.
Not a lot to see back here. Alright. You ready for it?
Ready.
You have aircraft?
I have the aircraft. are picking up the taxi line to take
Go
us
for it.
off of the runway.
Thanks, 292 miles.
Holding all of our checklists until we're clear of the hold short line.
Go 31, switching cold front.
Confirm that the ISS is solo.
ISS solo.
Stop the aircraft. My pin's in.
My pin's in.
Roger, we'll switch to channel 1. Retract the flaps. Press the trim interrupt button. Reset the trim. Take off. Standby is cage and locked.
Set my cage locked.
Turn off the probes, the bleed air, air conditioner, and O-box. Press the task to standby. And get our clearance to taxi back. Hang over ground, code 44, Golf 4, taxi depart.
Code 44, hang over ground, taxi parking.
Code 44, depart.
Okay, go 31, clear the taxi park.
Code 29, hang over ground, taxi parking.
Go 31.
Clear the parallel taxiway. Leave our squawk transmitting until we're on the east side of the sun shelters.
Hang over ground, thanks 29, clear the active taxi depart.
Thanks, 29, hang over ground, taxi parking.
Thanks 29, taxi depart.
Squawk is to standby. Avionics master is off. After landing checklist complete. Blower no box off.
Portal box off.
Alright, FDR lights out, Lisa M. Real clear.
Subset real clear.
See you outside.
Yeah.